Hi, so first I'm gonna just test the new Ari voice feature, InShot added. So Pebble is Dandy's pet rock, who is always loyal. And wait DONT kill me.
I am never doing that again.
Okay, no need to worry anymore. I killed him. So don't worry, you're never gonna have to hear that again. Anyway, as I was saying, Pebble is Dandy's pet rock, who always loves being as loyal as he can to Dandy. Okay, so kind of being like a pet rock dog, he's kind of the fastest toon, except for when Louis is on one heart, who is an absolute unstoppable monster. But we'll dive into Louis another time. He's honestly the worst looking twisted, I gotta say. But anyway, another thing about Pebble is that...
Ha ha, I'm back from the dead.
What? No, I just killed you! I swear to God, if this weird AI guy comes back one more time, I'm actually gonna lose my mind. But that must look pretty weird while the video is just rolling, so I gotta make it actually work. So, moving on. These are Pebble's stats, with, as I said, very good skill check. No? What? Skill check? Where did that come from? Speed. No, skill check would be horrible for Pebble. I mean, maybe he does. I can't actually remember until I actually get the picture of the stats up. Anyway. Oh yeah, one more thing before we move on to Twisted Pebble, is that I was corrected by someone in my comments. I can't remember them as like saying this, so I'll show it on screen when I go back through to edit this. But they corrected me that Astro actually isn't the second toon created, and it was actually Pebble because his designation is M-001. So yeah, small detail. There you go. Right, now for the fun part, like I always say when we move on to the Twisteds, which usually ends up being wrong because it's actually quite sad what happens to them, so rip. But Pebble's a really interesting one because he's the one that's had like the most added to him and the most like different from his toon, and I think that's for a very specific reason, obviously including Dandy here. You see, there's kind of lots of theories out there that talk about the obvious thing here, which is that his like the top half of his head is the same shape and about the same size as his toon. So I think this means a lot, and I'm gonna go over it. So starting off with the reason his head, like as I said, the top part of his head, the reason that's slightly bigger than the like it's as I said, it's not the same size, but it nearly is. It's slightly bigger than the toon. The toon's whole body, and that's not because it's a completely different area and Pebble was just completely different in general. It's because you notice of all Twisteds, they're like all Twisteds are slightly bigger than their toons because like Ica, that's just what it does. But then there's all this extra that's been added to him, and I think that's because lots of things, including Dandy. So basically, my idea is that since he was the one who was always trying to be loyal, or as loyal to Dandy as he could, Dandy was the one. He was the one who Dandy did all the experiments on, like more than the others, and he was the one that was tweaked the most, and actually was willing to be tweaked by Dandy, like definitely more than the others, obviously. Which is why he's got so much added to him. Now, the reason he has so much like extra rock isn't from the Ica. It's because Dandy's the one who creates all the toons again when they die. So that's just from his like storage, I suppose, where he's got all the rock. So what he uses to make the toon bodies, he uses he used to make the extra bits on Pebble. Now there's also the theory that his legs aren't there, and they were like made into his ears because of the same color and stuff, which I do agree with. It definitely makes sense, but not up there by naturally. Not up there like naturally, just as part of the twisting process. As I mentioned before about Dandy tweaking them, that's from where Dandy plucked out his legs in a way and kind of, stuck them on the top, and then made the Ica legs and like extra bits in between, I guess, and added the extra like rock to him, as his own little guinea pig, I suppose. And then this is also kind of proven by the fact that you can see the lower half kind of shudder a bit, which kind of gives the impression that Pebble's kind of not used to having it there, and it's kind of like weak and not meant to be there, and Pebble doesn't really like it that much. So yes, this video I've somehow made last longer than the others, so I think it's time to wrap it up here. Goodbye.
Like and sub right now. or I will be in your dreams.